How to reduce the influence of the exaggerated inner critic. Oh, such a long title. This is chapter 4. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming, for staying. I believe that this is one of the most important tasks that modern people should focus on. Realizing that they have cultivated. This is the culture. We cultivate exaggerated inner critic. We rely too much on logic, on criticism. It went too far in terms of culture, in terms of intelligence. So we need to realize that it is too much, that it blocks our creativity, our spontaneity, our spirituality, our relationship to our intuition, our relationship with our body, with our other people. So many good things are filtered, blocked, and narrowed because we have this overacting self-critic. So understanding this, realizing this, capturing the moments in which you are influenced by this part of your personality is so important, because only then you can realize, you can understand the reasons. You have so many anxieties, you have all these terrible moods, you have all these frustrations. Let's make it quiet here. You have all these interpersonal problems that you don't understand why they repeat many times. Many times exaggerated inner critic is responsible for it, or helping these problems remain and even worsen, and we don't even realize this. Because we have a beautiful right brain intelligence, intuitive intelligence, emotional intelligence, creative intelligence that can help us in so many situations. And when these sources are blocked because we have become too logical, too reasonable, too correct, when they are blocked, we become crippled. We don't have our beautiful tools to cope properly with life challenges, to have the right flexibility, to have the intuitive understanding of situations. We became too logical. We became expected. We became too mature. So, understanding that this is a disturbance and this is something we need to change is very important. Realizing, understanding, spotting your inner critic in action is so important, because you can change it. You can block it. You can stop it. You can refuse to it. You can decide the amount of criticism you would like to have from yourself, and you can decide about the nature, the style of criticism that you would like, and this is very important. So this is why we're here, to put an order in this thing, to understand the nature of this exaggerated self-critic, and then to develop tools to change this balance between us and the self-criticism that we have developed, between us and this part in us that always in kind of surveillance, helping us not making mistakes, not to fail, not to go to adventures. We don't need so much surveillance. We don't need this inner police inside us. No. It hurts our creativity. It hurts our flow. It hurts our joy. It hurts our spirituality. We need to realize this, and then to take some action to change this balance inside us. So, this is chapter 4. It says, there is an aggressive force, the exaggerated inner critic, that we are about to fight in any way we can. Any way we can. This is aggressive force. It is aggression. The inner critic uses shame and guilt. You feel really, really terrible with yourself when your inner critic is in action. You are not okay. This is too bad that you made this mistake. You shouldn't have started. You weren't good enough for this before. You are not as talented as you think. You're no good. Yeah, this is the kind of language. It is as if you are a child with some hostile adult trying to tell him things about how to behave. This is the nature of the exaggerated inner critic, one way or another. And it is aggressive. It is hostile. We learn nothing from the exaggerated inner critic. It doesn't help us take responsibility, improve ourselves, even if it sounds like it has the meaning or the intention for this. It doesn't. It uses punishment, not really explanations, not a route for change or correcting ourselves, but just punishments. And punishments are never tool for learning. No, they are tools for hurting, to minimize us. We just become too preventive, so we prevent ourselves from this, we avoid that, just not to collide with our inner critic. It is an aggressive force within us. And when there is aggressive force that disturbs our flow, we need to fight it. We are about to fight it and to have some victories. We are about to change the balance between the inner critic and our free flow, between the inner critic and better understanding of our emotions, between our inner critic and our courage to create, to initiate, to establish new things. We're about to change the balance. We are about to give ourselves more freedom to explore life and, yes, to make mistakes. We have to make mistakes in order to develop. You cannot develop without mistakes, ever. Your inner critic can prevent you from learning through your mistakes, because whenever you're going to make mistakes, it will punish you. It will make you feel so guilty, so you won't try again. And this is the biggest mistake, not to try again. The inner critic, the exaggerated inner critic, uses pain, emotional pain. This is aggression. You need to know that this is aggression. So you are going to stop this aggression. You are going to refuse this aggression. You are going to argue with your inner critic. You will not accept its messages. You will say, I don't want your remarks now. I don't need it. It hurts me. It disturbs my progress, my development. You will become very assertive. There will be no doubt that you don't want such exaggerated inner critic to be so active in your mind, that you don't want it to have such important role in your thinking, in your decision making, in your way of appreciating what is going on. No. You are going to change it. But first you need to know, it is a kind of inner aggression, like autoimmune action. You would like to change it. First you realize this. First you learn that it is something that hurts you much more than helps you. And then you're going to start fighting. I will show you how to fight. But first you need to realize and to decide in you, yes, it's okay. I'm about to fight. I don't like to have this aggression anymore. I don't need exaggerated inner critic. I want to be a free person. I want my creativity in my hands. I want better access to my intuition, to my spirituality, to my joy, to my adventures. Therefore, I'm going to fight this exaggerated inner critic, and I will have some victories while maintaining these fights. Are you ready for this?